Welcome back to Trusted Transitions. In the studio with me, we have our good friend, Melinda Stuart with Smart Moves. Good morning, Melinda.
Good morning. I'm back.
Yes, you are. You are. So, we've been talking every week quite a bit about helping folks who are moving with your services, all the wonderful services you guys offer. And we thought, listeners, this week we would talk to Melinda a little bit about how they help folks that aren't moving but just need help with other ways to improve their homes. And we have an acronym, right, Melinda, that we've come up with to remind us on what these services are that you guys offer?
That's right. We love acronyms, and sometimes making a smart move is really rethinking the space you're in. So our acronym for different areas where people might need help is one. It's going to spell SMART. That's a little hint. The first one is safety. So thinking about safety issues, especially for those clients who are wanting to age in place and not necessarily move out of their home. We can come and do a basic safety assessment and then help support checking some of those things off the list that can make the home safer to live in.
Okay. So when it comes to safety, then are you thinking about things like, do you guys do like grab bars and things like that? You'll help coordinate that, putting those on if they need it?
Right. We'll help bring in a resource to do all that. And sometimes safety is some simple things like increasing lighting or flow of the walkways or decluttering a little. So that's where our team would come in, physically help with that. And then if things like ramps or grab bars or doors need to be widened, whatever it is, we have resources that we can help coordinate for that.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And I'll just give a shout out to my friend Donna Zewig at 101 Mobility. They're great with ramps and some of the mobility services. Donna used to be a guest on a show we did a number of years ago. So you guys help coordinate it with partners like that.
Exactly.
Like 101. That's wonderful. Other aging in place services that are kind of popular that folks, you got lighting, you have grab bars, you have ramps, any other that are kind of the main?
Yeah, some of the newer things involve technology, so ways to bring in options for checking in with family or making sure you have reminders for medication, things like that are also resources we can help connect our clients with.
Gotcha. All right, so then we go to the M in SMART, which is mobility.
Right. And that's usually more of a temporary situation. We had a client the other day. She lived in a 3-story condo and had to have some surgery. So everything needed to be relocated to the first floor during her recovery and rehab time. So then we are able to come in and make that the best possible setup for the time that she needed.
Wow, I didn't know you guys did that. That's good that we're talking about this. Because I could see a lot of folks that could benefit from that. Wow, that's cool. All right, then we shift over to the A, which stands for?
Adapting spaces. So this category is for those clients who maybe are feeling some frustration with areas like a closet or maybe garage setup. Offices, basements are common areas where the space just isn't functioning right. And no matter how hard you're trying to get it organized, it's not working. We can come in and help you really think about how the space is being used, the best way to set it up, maybe bring in some shelving or systems to help with that, and makes life easier.
Interesting. Do you guys coordinate with some of the basement, or not basement, I should say, the garage storage companies that will put the shelving in it and kind of really... There's a couple of names that are off the top of my head. You guys do that?
Yep, we certainly can refer out to those if you need some basic shelving that can be picked up at your local hardware store. Sometimes we help with that ourselves. Sure. But other times, you want a more advanced system, we can bring in some of those resources.
Right. Or maybe if you have the office in the extra bedroom, but now you need that bedroom for some reason, you're positioning that office downstairs and taking care of it that way. Interesting. Then we have the R, which stands for?
R is for refresh. So time to maybe bring in some new furniture or rethink a space and not sure how it's all going to fit. That's where we can bring in our customized floor planning. And just last week, Leanne, one of our move managers, met a client at the store to pick out some new furniture. So before spending that money, making sure, it's going to fit in the space and work well. So we love to help with that.
I'll tell you what, if I'm ever looking for a second job, I might give you a call, because being paid to go shopping for furniture and shopping with customers sounds like a lot of fun. So
It can be.
I don't know. So listeners, if you're, I know they're always looking for great new employees too. If you like shopping, maybe give Melinda a call. Sounds like a great service, though. All right, now we get on to the letter T, which is
too much. So dealing with too much. And, we hear oftentimes, I've inherited items from family members, or just over the years collected too much and feeling that sense of overwhelm. We can come in and, just like we do for our clients who are moving, but in this situation, you want to stay where you're at and just kind of thin out. We can help with the sorting, the resources of where to go with the things you don't want anymore, and then again, kind of organizing that space.
Right. Yeah. So when it comes to, I was just thinking about this, like lifetime collections of things, right? When you talk too much, I think of when I was younger, I had the big beer can and soda can collection, right? I don't think those are too popular anymore, but you must see, like, actually I met with a woman recently. She had a very large collection of, I think it was precious moments items in her home. So how do you help these folks decide what to keep, sell, and donate? How do you do that?
Yeah, and every client is different. So I oftentimes tell a story of one of our clients who had a collection of hundreds and hundreds of aprons, and she was ready to move and didn't want to take up a whole second bedroom full of aprons. And so part of the process was sorting through and picking out her favorites, and kind of telling the stories. She had collected them during travel. And she really identified she was ready to let go. So I think she picked out her top 5 favorites and let the rest go. That worked really well. For other clients, they're looking to see if there's any monetary value. So then we bring in experts to offer to buy things if there is a market for it. We're always kind of going through our list. So see if your family and friends want it, see if it can be sold. Then we look at donation. Then we look at recycling and repurposing, and then our very last choice is to take it for disposal. So we're really looking at all options possible to give it another life.
And you recommend, I think too, I've heard you say this, you guys will recommend capturing just photos of a lot of these special items too, right? And sometimes that in a photo album, you'll still be able to cherish that memory just with a photo of the collection maybe to it. It will bring back that smile and what you had collected over the years.
That's a great point, Mike. And especially for those things maybe you've inherited, they're not necessarily your style or your what you would pick out, but you love the story. We've had clients create photo books with different cooking utensils they know their mom or dad used to use, or tools. And we've had clients turn fishing lures into ornaments that everyone in the family got. So little ways to kind of share the memory and the story without having to store boxes and boxes of collections.
And for folks that do have more valuable items, do you guys coordinate the logistics of the estate sales and things like that? Are you sort of take the lead on that they don't have to worry about? Listeners don't have to worry about that at all?
Right. So at Smart Moves, we don't sell items, again, because we're helping you kind of decide what to maybe hold on to and what to let go of. But yes, we do coordinate all that. So we can be your point person and make those phone calls, set up those scheduling appointments, and get everything done so you don't have to make lots of phone calls.
The storage industry is so big today, right? Do your services help? I was thinking about this morning. I bet you help your clients save a lot of money on storage.
Yes. Yeah. We always say storage is for temporary situations. Yeah. So maybe you're renovating your kitchen and you got a put all those things away in storage for that month of renovations and bring it back, okay, that makes sense. But to put things in storage to delay making a decision is a costly choice to make. So, yeah, we are really encouraging clients to rethink that. Nothing against the storage industry. It serves a purpose. Right. But, yeah, it's really hard to see people spend more in the storage than the value of the items that they're storing, assuming somebody's going to want it and coming to find out nobody wanted those things.
I would imagine part of that service then is helping kind of bridge that emotional gap that folks have with these items. I'm thinking just in my own personal circle of some in-laws who are out of state, so they won't be listening to this, but they have several storage units, and Tracy and I actually helped them downsize. We spent many hours helping them. I didn't know you then. This was 10 years ago. And rather than get rid of their items, they actually packed it up and moved it across country and put it in storage units, which, if there was someone that could help them understand there's other ways to do this, right? Take pictures of some of these items and just that cost of so many years of storage, right? So do you offer sort of emotionally kind of work through that separation maybe?
Certainly.
Because that's what it is, really. Separation anxiety, I think, from these items, right?
Right. And the benefit really of having a professional move manager help is that we are the neutral party. So sometimes when family's involved, it brings up other emotions or dynamics and things like that. So having somebody neutral be part of the process can be helpful. We have a lot of training and helping clients through this process and bringing compassion to the process. And like you said, there's the financial cost, but it can also be a mental cost of just that kind of weight of having too much and feeling overwhelmed by it. So we love to help with that process and, support our clients during all of that.
So listeners, whether you're planning to make a move and you need help downsizing, decluttering, or maybe you're looking to, stay in the home, age in place, or you need, some help with the temporary space, Smart Moves is a great solution. And just remember the acronym SMART. And Melinda, again, we have, what is it? We have safety, mobility, adapting, refreshing, and dealing with too much. I love acronyms. I love it. Wonderful. Well, our time goes by so fast on these segments. Can't believe 10 minutes has already flown by. Can you remind listeners how to get a hold of you?
Certainly. You can call us at 414-526-5242, and our website is smartmoveswi.com.
And you can also find all of our experts that are on this program at the trusted-transitions.com website as well. They all have a brochure page on there. So thanks so much for being with us, Melinda, and have yourself a great week.
Thanks, you too.
All right.